Well, Bellator 272 should have been the last Bellator event of the year, and now I'm going to go through the main card. Prelims are available for the members, so let's go with Johnny Ablin versus COLLIN HUCKBODY, which is going to be the first fight on the card. On main card, well, foundation style, wrestling of Johnny Ablin, diamond hands, riding score 900, 6'1", 74 inches is his reach. He was better than Taylor Johnson, Daniel Madrid, Travis Davis, also outworked Mauricio Alonso, Chancey Foxford. At Shamrock FC he was super dominant, and he really didn't have a real rival here, and his cardio is outstanding, his ground control is excellent, and his punching skills are pretty much good now. COLLIN HUCKBODY, 10-3-0, young Huck, 6'3", 76 inches of reach, also a wrestler, so I predict a pretty much violent wrestling affair. This guy fought at CFFC, he was also at Contender Series 2020. He defeated Kyron Bowen, but he didn't get UFC contract, only God knows why. Maybe Dana White didn't like the guy, and now he was better than Aaron Phillips. Only lost to Aaron Jafari via unanimous decision from bigger fighters, bigger names. This guy has talent, and I do believe his submission skills are better compared to Johnny Ablin's skills. I do think this is going to be a close matchup. Yeah, I do have a feeling this is going to be a close matchup. So, but if I have to favor one guy, I would probably favor Johnny Ablin, but I would be cautious with this fight. I would be very, very cautious, knowing the fact that Johnny Ablin might actually, have a hard time, because the other guy is a wrestler too. But I'm going to go with Johnny Ablin here. Now the next fight is going to be between Josh Hill and, of course, his opponent Jared Scoggins. Jared Scoggins, 10-1-0, psycho, 5'7", 69.5 inches is his reach, and many of his fights were cancelled. Last fight was against Thomas Vasquez. The point is, I don't know much about this fighter because so many fights have been cancelled, and I really only watched his fight against Thomas Vasquez, where he won via unanimous decision. I'd say he is an all-around fighter. I didn't watch him when he bashed Cody Durden. I didn't watch that. He's gonna meet Josh Hill, 5'6", 66.5 inches is his reach. Scoggins gonna have 2.5-inch reach advantage, but Hill fought good names like outworked Vinicius Zani, Eric Perez, and he lost to Hofian Stotts, everything via decision. He was better than Taylor Lapillus, which is also a big success at TKO Federation. Also competed at WSOF, where he lost to Marlon Moraes on 2 occasions. I don't know. To me, Hill should be having a better chances from what I've seen, but it's also not one of my most confident picks. Odds are even nearly. It's a pick. I'm probably gonna go with Hill. Now Emmanuel Sanchez versus Jeremy Kennedy. This is a big match. 5'9", 76 inches. Emmanuel Sanchez, 22-6. But man, he lost to Patricio Pitbull. He lost to Mats Burnell. But prior to that, he was better than Vaihil, Claxton, Karakhanyan, Cecilia Strauss, Galvaos. He was better. He was better than big names. He was losing to big names. So now Jeremy Kennedy, heavily underestimated Muay Thai wrestler out of Canada. 5'11", 71 inches of reach. I do have a feeling that Jeremy Kennedy is actually, despite his height, he's going to have to deal 5-inch reach disadvantage, but his wrestling is brutal. Literally, his wrestling is brutal. And 16-3-1, I dare to say, despite he lost to Adam Boric, he outworked Matt Bessette so brutally. He competed at PFL, where we have seen no contest against Daniel Pineda, but I mean, this guy has brutal experience also at Brave CF. He was winning big names. Lost to Alexander Volkanovski at UFC, but he was better than Alessandro Ricci, Ronnie Jason, Kyle Bochniak. And people are heavily underestimating this guy. I do think that he has a chance, and I'm fishing for the upset here. Let's say Jeremy Kennedy. Kyoji Horiguchi versus Sergio Pettis. I'm pretty much confident that everything depends on which version of Sergio Pettis appears. If it's scary Sergio Pettis, he's gonna lose. If it's Sergio Pettis Demolisher, he's gonna win. So Kyoji Horiguchi always the same. Like Pettis destroyed Alfred Kashakian, and he was better than Ricky Van Dejes, who won Arculeta. And Pettis is pretty much great all-around fighter with brutal cardio, not a knockout artist, but he can submit you pretty much easily. He can kick you to the head. He knows a bit of everything, but he is primarily a cardio machine. Also, Sergio Pettis is not the tallest guy in the division, 5'6", 69 inches of reach. Kyoji Horiguchi, 5'5", 66 inches, Kyoji Horiguchi gonna have 3-inch reach disadvantage, Shotokan karate, kickboxing, and shoot fighting fighter. Yeah, he was coached by Norifumi Yamamoto, man, I'm so sorry of that guy, 29-3. Kyoji had ups and downs. At Rising, he was knocked out by Kaya Sakura, then he knocked out Kaya Sakura to avenge the loss. Rising bantamweight champ and former Bellator champ who destroyed Arian Caldwell, Ben Ryan, and also, got to say, at Rising he was super dominant. I have to say that Kyoji Horiguchi offers more experience, and I dare to say that I'm going to go with Kyoji Horiguchi. I predict a brutal 5-rounder, but I don't see a knockout here, so also fight goes the distance. Could be a good pick here, but I'm going to go with Horiguchi for the victory if judges are okay, of course.